Hello there. Uh, Welcome to the Modern Endpoint Management Summit 2022. And this is the first ever summit that is being organized by the Modern Endpoint Management LinkedIn group. It's running parallel sessions in different rooms, and I would assume you have seen the agenda to join the session or room that catches your interest. And just for your information, all these sessions will be recorded and will remain available to a month to catch up later for here exactly on this platform. And thanks to all the sponsors who have made this actually possible. So we have our silver sponsors, Recast Software, Software Central, Medsys, and Mindcore. We have gold sponsors in Nextthink, Acronis, Patch My PC, and Fatian, with our guest sponsor being Microsoft. Uh, And with that, if you're listening to me at this moment, means you are currently in room 2, where Harvansh will be presenting a session on Azure AD Privileged Identity Management for Intune. My name is Joymalya B Roy. You can refer to me as Joy in short, and I work as a senior consultant architect for Atos. I'm an MVP for enterprise mobility, and I am here as your host and the moderator of this session. So during this session, if you have any queries related to the topic, please make use of the chat box that you have access to. We would try to get them answered at the end of the session to the best that we can. It's not a guarantee that we would be able to answer to all. That's just to set the expectation. And with that, room 2, here I present to you the speaker of the session, Harvansh Singh. So, buddy, the stage is all yours, Harvansh.
Thank you, Jay, for this introduction. Hi, guys. So my name is Harvansh, and I am the MVP currently in the 2022. And this is a session for the Modern Endpoint Management Summit 2022. So this is our the first session hosting this. So, and the thanks all the sponsors who organized this session and who help us to organize this session. So let me start this. So this session is about to Azure AD Privileged Identity Management, that the PIM, how we can configure the PIM, what is the PIM, how we can raise it, or how we can approve the PIM request. So this is all about the privileged identity management. So let me start this. What is the exact definition of the privileged identity management? So privileged identity management is managing identity then we'll move on to how we can raise the PIM request as a normal user and how we can approve the PIM request, whoever the approver for your PIM, like can you're the lead or can you're the manager. So let me start this. What is the PIM and how we can use it? So let's understand this. So privileged identity management will help to manage, control, and monitor the access the resource. So it will control your access. Like suppose you need the Intune administrator access, but every time all 24-hour we cannot provide it because there will be a security risk. So in Intune, the PIM will provide you the limitation, the time limitation for your access. So you have the process that is called PIM. You can raise your the PIM request to get the admin access in Intune, and there will be a time bound. In between this time period, you will be a admin, and then automatically that admin access will revoke from your ID. Okay, so PIM can be applied on the resources are in the Azure AD and the Microsoft Online Services as a Microsoft 365 or the Intune. So PIM is not basically just only for the Intune. It will apply for the all Azure services like Microsoft Microsoft 365 or the SharePoints or the other services as well. So you can utilize the PIM feature. So organize want to minimize the number of people who have to access the secure information or the resources, because that reduce the chance of a malicious actor getting access or a unauthorized user advantage impacting a sensitive resources. So basically you can block the other users or you can bound the users. Only the limited user can have the your resources access or your data access or your the console access. So here is I write it like what type of license you required. So basically you need a Azure AD Premium V2 license is must. You should have to raise your the PIM request. Let me go to about the PIM feature at just in time access. So what exactly just time in access, that is like when you raise your request, it will be for some specific time like 2 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours based on your company. After time reach out, your access will revoke to as a normal account access. For example, suppose you are a normal user, you are having a read only access in your Intune. Let's take an example about the Intune, and you raise a request in Intune for the Intune administrator, and the request raised for 4 hours or the 8 hours. So let's take example 8 hour request, you raise it. So after 8 hours, what will happen that Intune access automatically will revoke from your the ID, and you will be back to your the normal access. Now, just enough access. So it will provide you the enough access, how much access you needed, that access will provide it. That is defined by your company or your lead or your manager. Suppose to you, the Intune administrator access is defined, then you can utilize as an Intune administrator, or if it is a read only, then you can utilize the read only access. You can read the data inside the Intune, you cannot modify it. So it will bound your the access as well with the time. Privileged admin workflow, so that will see it in the practically and the audit already. So guys, let me go to the some of the practical lab, and I have not make it a huge PPT to explain that, but just want to show you some of the practical things in Intune. So this is my the Intune console, and here is if you go to the tenant administration, under the tenant administration, we'll see the PIM feature. So it's loading. I think it's little slow for me. So if you go to the tenant administration, here is the Azure AD Privileged Identity Management, that's called like a PIM. So if you have already PIM access, how you can use it. So let's go one by one with the features. So my role is, and just letting you know, I log in here with my the Intune admin. Just let me check out. Give me a minute, please. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to switch my account. It's back.
So Harvansh,
Yeah.
just for a chatting of this session, this Azure AD Privileged Identity Management, is it something that has to do with how we assign roles to the Intune engineers? Maybe say, like someone needs to have an access to a role that can read BitLocker keys for a device, maybe from the support perspective, say an L2 or L3 person. So just like how we do Intune role assignments with the RBAC, is it something this privileged identity management has to do with that, or is it something different?
So RBAC is something different, and PIM is something different. So PIM will allow you access temporary basis.
Mm-hmm.
and like some of the time limitation. If you raise your the Intune administration, Intune admin rights for just for 4 hours, so you
Mm-hmm.
will be having just 4 hour access. But if after the 4 hours, it will automatically revoke your access.
Mhm. So
And what was
basically,
the
I
next
can
question?
say no. So basically, I can say it's like RBAC served with some conditions. So, for example,
Exactly.
I need some role to which I need
Hmm.
to make a request for. So Azure AD Privileged Identity Management can get me that role if I meet the particular request criteria. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And does
So
this
let
have
Mhm.
anything still like till your portal is loading? So does this
Yeah,
have
sure.
anything related to do with the access package of Azure AD? Like I can create
Okay.
access package and give out roles with that. Is that
Yes, you can do it. If you want to create a some custom access package, you can do that, and then you can tag under your ID, and
okay?
that's what I'm trying to show you. So
Okay.
let it load in.
S-
Uh,
Yeah, and while it loads, I have one question from a
mhm.
user. So that's
Yeah.
asking like, if I have a custom role for help desk in Intune, can PIM
Mhm.
be applied to that role?
Yes, you can apply that. So if you create a custom role, top of that, you can apply the PIM as well.
Perfect, perfect.
And just, I don't know why it is taking too much time. Okay, so let me go to the another console. Is I'm here. So actually that was the my admin console to show you how you can configure from the admin. And this is like as a normal user, I create this account. So how you can configure first your Intune, how you can assign the roles, how you can assign the timeline. So everything I'm going to show you here. And as a normal user, how you can raise your request from the Intune console. And after raising the request, how the admin or whoever the PIM approver, how they can approve this request. So I'm going to show you everything here. Okay, so now here is I'm login with my the admin account. I can say it's I am the PIM approver. I can say that word. Okay, so this account I will be using as a PIM approver, and here is a Harvansh that will be using as a normal user. So let me start this now. Let's go on through the one by one the roles. What are the roles is assigned to this user, admin user. So this is already a Intune administrator, and this is for the direct, and it's direct in the sense the direct membership rule. Action is activate, so this is under the eligible. If it is a eligible, then you have to activate this role. What are the activate already activate role? The global administration is a already active role, and it mentioned is like a permanent. So this admin user is already assigned a global administrator as a permanent role. So that's how you can check what are the permanent access you have and what are the eligibility you have. Now let me go back and check like the my request. So nothing is here, still we have not raised any request here. So this is empty. And let me go to configure some role or assign to my the user account, and then we'll raise a request. So let me go to the manage. Under the manage, and this task is allow only for the administration admin user who is accountable for the PIM. So let me go with the Intune administration, and just let me quickly check in my the normal user what are the eligibility this user is having. So go to the my role, and here eligibility is this user is not having any eligible rights. Active, it's a Intune administration, Let me just refresh it. Okay, go here and let's get assigned any role. 1 second. So with the Intune administration, how many users are there? Let us check. So already its admin user is there, and I'm going to assign as the one more user that is called like a Harvansh. 1 second, guys. Just give me a second. Let me refresh this console. So why it is showing? It's in the active mode. Okay. Let us take any other user here. It's getting confused. Let me take a global reader. Now, so knowledgeable for this, and let me go and assign my user to here, and I'm going to assign the Harvansh. Let's go to the next. And here is the option to select the eligible or active. If you select the active, then you cannot raise a PIM request directly. It will be in an active mode. That role will assign to all this Harvansh user. So let it be the eligible, and here is the option is for the permanently you want to eligible, or if you want to be after for the specific time, like during this time period. If I selected this date here, the end date, after this end date, that user will not be the eligible to raise this request. So let us go with the permanent option for now. And now for this, we assigned one user, that is Harvansh. And now let me go to the settings. Who will be the approver? Who will approve this request in console? So let's see the one by one option. Added this. So here is a option like on how many hours when the user is raising this request, PIM request. So how many hours that request will be active. So you can define here, and like I can go for 4 hours. On the activation required is none, or do you want the Azure MFA? So you can select anything. Require the justification on the validation. Yes, the justification is required because that request will reach to your manager. Require a ticket information on activation. No, ticket is not required. And let's assign the approver here. Can be okay. Yeah, sorry. So assign the approver who will approve this request. Come on. It's not sure if console is slow or my internet is slow. Joy, any other question there in the chat?
For now, I don't think so. I think
Okay,
you are facing
just
a bad day with your internet speed. Yeah.
not sure. Just let me.
Hey guys, Harvansh, I think here is having a problem with his internet connection at this moment, so he will try join back soon. Uh, while he joins back, so he has joined in back, and hopefully he will continue with the session with a better connection. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, Joy, I switch my the network. So let
Yeah.
me just start sharing it again.
Yeah. No worries. Yep.
Let me try it again. Okay, so now it's working a bit better. So the approver I am adding for the admin user.
Harvansh, your
Yeah,
screen is not
is it?
shared. Yeah.
It's not shared. Will you able to see it now? Because it shows me it's shared.
Yes. Yes. Now it's perfect. Please
Okay.
continue. Yeah.
So we were here. Let me add the approver here, and it's like a admin. I select this, and now we are good with the approver. So let us go for the next. And here is like a allow the permanent eligible. If you set as a permanent eligible, then how long this eligibility will work? So that will eligible for the 1 year. If you want to change it, you can change it to in a 15 days, 1 month, or 3 months, 6 months. So you can change the timeline as well. And here is a expire active assessment assignment after the 6 month, or the maximum is the 6 month. You can even change it to the 1 year. Okay, so now let me go to the next. And here is the notification. When you raise the request, who will receive that notification? So obviously the admin, assignee, and the approver will get the default notification over the email. If you want to add some more people to receive that notification, so you can add it here in the list. So let me go to the assign, sorry, let's go back and update it. And now our role is assigned to this global reader, to the Harvansh Singh, Harvansh underscore this user. So let's move it to the as a normal user. Here is the my normal user is Harvansh, and let us go back to the tenant information, tenant admin. Okay, under the PIM, and here let me check what are the roles I am having. So now you can see under the eligible assignment, the global reader is present here. So you are eligible to activate your global reader assignment, global reader rights. So that global reader assignment will assign to here. And for this user, Intune administrator and the global administrator is by default is activate to this user. So let's try to activate this, how we can do that. So go to the active, and here is, you can see the maximum 4 hour it's showing. So why it is showing the 4 hour? When we was configuring this global reader, then we assign the maximum hour eligibility is the 4 hours. So if you want to reduce it, you can go and reduce it 1 hour or the 30 minute, whatever time is showing here. If you want to raise it as a custom, like you don't want to take the current time, current start time, so you can change the time as well. Like you want the tomorrow at some time, it's around the 2 p.m. or the 1 p.m., anything, it's based on your requirement. So why this option is the here is the custom activation start. Why? Because suppose you are on the on-call support and you have to support on your weekend, and your the approver, I mean your manager won't be available on the weekend to approve your request. So you can raise it proactively, and when the your manager is approved, that you will that a role will assign to you, and that rights will be activate on your ID. So if you want to use it, let me go with this by default just for the 4 hour. I'm giving the testing, and let me activate this request. So now the next question, when we raise this request, where it go? So usually it's go to the approver. whoever the approver is there. So we assign the approver is a admin user. So let me switch back to the admin account here. So I am under the admin account, and let me check this session is a approved request. So if someone is raised the request, then it will reach out here. Let me see. Okay, so now it's came. It was refreshing the console. So now this request is came here. Until I approved this request, so this global reader won't be activate. So once I approved this request from the admin account or the as an approver, then only it will activate. So let's do the practical now. Here, let me check this and approve this request and put the justification. Anything like I put it like a test, and I'm sorry. Let me confirm this. Now I approved this request, so it's move it from my queue, and let's see again back to the normal user. What is the request? Okay, so now it is, let me go here and check the my request. So my request is empty because already it was approved, and let us go for the my role. So here it's showing still is the activate, and let us go for the active assignment. So now it is the active assignment is the global reader here, and that active assignment is going to be end by the 6 p.m. It's in India, it's almost 2 p.m. and just after 4 hours it will be revoke that access. So this global reader access will remove. If you want to deactivate it, your rights, so you can click here and you can do the deactivation as well. Okay, so what was the next in my PPT? Let me go to the, okay, how we can raise, how we can approve this. And okay, cool. So let us go for the some reporting, or how we can check the this history, the event history. Let us try to track this report here. How many admins was raised, how much we approved it. So you can see it here. The Harvansh, this was add as a member rule. No, it is not right one. So it's showing like your the members was approved. Setting updated. It has to refresh. Let me go again back. So basically here it will give you the all logs history, or what are the actions you taken, or you did the with the PIM access. So guys, I think this is enough. Let me go back and check if we have any other options here. Okay, so these already I explained you. Review access. Let me go and see if anything we can find out something important. Okay, I have done. It's open for questions. Joy.
Hey, Harvansh, yeah.
Yeah.
On the questions part, like there was one question from Sumit, like if we can use the Azure AD PIM for assigning local administrator rights on managed Windows devices. So I kind of already replied to that, because yes,
Mhm.
we are able to manage the device administrator role as part of the Azure AD PIM. However, it may not be the best way to manage the local administrator rights, because of the inherent delay of the role activation on the endpoint because of the PRT that is involved. You know, the access token and the refresh token, the PRT. So from the point that PIM actually grants the device administrator role to the particular user account, if the user is already signed into that device, the role will not be activated until and unless the user sign in and sign out to get a new PRT. So that's one. And then there is one other question that came in right now from Casper. So what's the difference between PIM and PAM? So privileged identity management versus privileged access management. Any thoughts on that, Harvansh?
Yeah, I let me just think out. I will answer. Just give me a second, please.
Sure.
What was the next question? Let's
Uh,
go the one by
the
one.
difference between PIM and PAM.
I've not done too much R&D about the PAM. Actually, I think it's a deal with the on-premises with your elevated rights. On-premises in the sense on your the device end, and the PIM is basically activating on your the Intune console side. So don't have the much detail about it. I'm sorry. Let me just go for it, and I can
Yep.
answer you.
So basically, privileged identity management is what we used to manage the privileges of admin accounts on the console end. So be it the
Yes.
service or say it may be Azure AD console, it may be Intune console, M365 console, whatever that be. Whereas a privileged access management solution, those are mainly working on the endpoints. So like we have admin by request,
Local.
we have others also to help manage the elevated rights. So what actions a user can take with the elevated privileges on the endpoint rather than on the admin side of the console. So that is how I would sum it up.
Yeah, I thought to the same.
So
Okay.
there is one more question from Stefan, and that is how long does it take from the time the request is approved until the rights take effect for the user?
Okay, so immediately it will apply as your console is refreshed, then your the rights will apply to your console. It won't be a much delay. As soon though your PIM approver approved your request, immediately it will applied.
Any other thing, Harvans, that you would want to speak out regarding this topic?
Yeah, it looks okay from my side. It's not a very big topic. That's why it's close early. And I was trying to show the practically things to my audience so they can, whenever they configure it, so they should know the options, how we can configure the spam, how they can raise it, how they can approve it. So the my all agenda to show them the practically session.
Mhm. So I think you have done a great job in showing how Azure AD Privileged Identity Management works here, and it was a wonderful session with you here. So for the attendees of this session, if you have any questions, you can use the chat box to let us know for the time that we are still in here. If not, then obviously there are sessions running in the other rooms. So we are running 3 parallel sessions in 3 different rooms. If you have interest on joining any others, you are free to do that. And so I have one question here from Alex saying any recommended resources on the PIM graph API beyond the MS Docs. So Harvansh, any thought on that?
Yeah, yes. So there is a API, so directly you can access with the Graph API, or you can use the module as well. So Azure AD Preview module, you can import it to directly connect with the PowerShell. So we
Thank
have option that.
Thank you. And are we able to get notification as email or in a ITSM system for this privileged identity management system?
Yes, email notification we get when you raise a request as a requester or as a user. So you will be receiving an email on your email ID that you have raised a request, and the approver also will receive an email that someone raised this request. So
Mhm,
he can get the notify over the email. I didn't show that email. Why? Because it's the email has not configured here. I am
mhm.
in the lab, so recently I built it. But obviously you will get the email.
Yeah, so
And
you
once,
can basically. Yep.
yes, and once you're the approver, approve your request. So again, you will be receiving an email that your request has granted
Then,
now. So
yep.
yes, so it will be notified over the email.
So Harvansh, quickly, can you share your PPT once more with that initial slide?
Yeah, sure. 1 second, let me go to the PPT. Okay, so I'm here.
Yep. So thanks again for joining this
Yeah,
session with
okay, sorry,
Harvansh,
I think.
and for everyone, I hope you got something to take away from this session, a new learning about privileged identity management, and I hope we were also able to answer to your questions and queries that you have. A big thanks to all our sponsors who have helped to make this summit a possibility today. uh, the silver sponsors being the Rika Software, Software Central, Medsys, and Mindcore. And we have our gold sponsors in Nextthink, Acronis, Patch My PC, and Fatian, with the guest sponsor being Microsoft. And at the end of the day, thanks to all the participants, all the attendees who are joining. It's because of you. Uh, as I say, sometimes the simplest things mean the most, and in that way, just by being a member to our group, by participating in active conversations within the group, by posting contents, by posting queries, and everything that you do, all do every day. Uh, you all have helped make this group to become what it is today, and for that, we all at the Modern Endpoint Management Admin Group are grateful to you. As I said, there are parallel sessions running in the other room. So if you have an interest in any other topic, please see the agenda and the rooms and the sessions and join that catches your interest. The sessions are being recorded and will be available in this very platform for a month, for up to a month, for you to see or replay later. And with that, let me end this session. Thank you, Havansh. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. And for all the attendees, there are a lot of sessions remaining for today, and I hope you will enjoy the sessions being delivered as part of this summit. Continue being with us and enjoy the other sessions. Thank you to all. Have a great day. Good day. Bye.
Thank you guys. Thank you for your time. And thanks, Joy, for supporting me.
Yep.
It's, it's a
Sure.
great.
My pleasure. Bye.